Maya Angelou, who is, of course, the award-winning author, poet, and civil rights icon, has died at the age of 86. Angelou was a close associate with Malcolm X prior to his assassination and had plans to start a new effort with him to advance African-American rights. According to Angelou, she intended to jumpstart the organization of African-American Unity with Malcolm X. The two intended to vocalize the issues plaguing black people in the U.S. to the United Nations with the hope that an international body would actually give a shit and assist in helping with the struggle. Angelou was, needless to say, a leader of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, the SCLC as it's called. It's an organization that was founded by Martin Luther King Jr., which preached nonviolence and was instrumental in arranging protests and voter registration drives. Just an all-around great person, a civil rights icon, and it's a shame that she passed. And it's weird, man. You know, it really struck me today when I was thinking about it that we actually have the honor of living on this planet at the same time as some really, really historically significant figures. You know, like, obviously, I certainly wasn't around while Martin Luther King Jr. was alive, but there were, you know, plenty of people that are still on Earth today that were alive when he was around. Plenty of people, I mean, what is it? John Lewis in Congress, wasn't he a civil rights icon? And he's still doing his thing, and he's still going around, and, you know, we're alive with that guy. We're alive with so many other, you know, famous people who really were ahead of their time. I think that's the main point here, is that we're dealing with people who were way ahead of their time when everybody else was like, it was just accepted. The mindset was just accepted as, oh yeah, of course, what do you mean? Black people are inferior. They belong as second-class citizens. It's okay to treat them as less than human because we do view them as less than human. And then there were a few brave people who stood up and said, whoa, 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 what? Why are we saying this? What evidence do you have that points to this conclusion? Do you not realize that we have hopes and feelings and dreams and wishes and all this stuff too? Are you that stupid? Are you that myopic and self-centered and narcissistic? And are you that blinded by your own culture and history that you can't think about this for a second? And it was, you know, all these people who were willing to stand up and make the argument and fight back against an overwhelming consensus, not just in America, but around the world. I mean, Nelson Mandela as well. We've been alive while he's been alive, and, you know, very recently that struggle was, a lot of people don't realize, the 80s and the 90s, like, there was apartheid in South Africa, and there was the attempt to fight back against that. And when you stop and you really think about it historically and you go, oh, wow, yeah, I was alive while a lot of these people were alive. That's like one of the defining characteristics of our age and of our time. So whenever you lose one of these civil rights icons, it's definitely worth it to take a second and reflect upon the great people that they are and just how in front of their time that they were, and how I pretty much think it's on us. It's our job, and it should be our goal to do something very similar, to also try to be ahead of our time and to try to point out the injustices and to try to fix a system that is undoubtedly corrupt and grotesque in many ways. And there are many fights where we can pick up this battle, you know? I mean, just the idea of universal health care for the United States of America. Never mind, you know, it's a much larger goal to try to get second world countries and then eventually third world countries to have some sort of a system that isn't insanely bad. But just that idea, like, that's a very important fight that we should all get behind. Getting money out of politics and limiting the corruption, that's a big fight that we should get behind. And what these people did is they're laying the foundation. They laid the foundation, and they gave us a roadmap that whenever you think something's impossible, no, it's not impossible. No, just stand up and fight for it, and don't shut up. And there's going to be a lot of people saying you're wrong, and there's going to be a lot of people trying to stop you from doing what you're doing. But as long as you keep moving forward, as long as you keep pushing in the right direction, then you never know what we can achieve. So Maya Angelou, it's a shame that she passed, and we should all try to continue on her legacy.